Tom Reuter here with Spray Foam Engineers. I'm going to show you how to start up and shut down a Graco E20 Reactor 3 Pro model in this trailer configuration here with this equipment. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure all of our breakers are off in the electric panel, and then we're going to turn on our generator. We have a diesel generator here. We've got the battery set in the off position, so we'll turn that on. Then we'll turn on our controller here for the diesel generator. And we'll hit the man button right there. Here's the fuel pump working, and it'll kick on in about a minute. We got an air dryer in here and compressor. Spare tire. All right. After the generator's running, we will turn on our breakers once the generator's at steady state operating conditions. So we had it going a minute ago. Then we can turn on our reactor, the big red knob right here, and that'll take a minute to kick on. We're using T3 pneumatic stick pumps right here, and these are supplying the machine with chemical. So we want to have the pressure set to 70 psi is fine on these. So you dial up your pressure regulator to 70 psi on both sides to make sure you're supplying the machine with chemical. And then we'd also want to make sure that if we're going to spray foam, we want to be in the spray configuration instead of the pressure dump configuration. If we flip that valve down, we go to the pressure dump configuration, or we can do that on either side. However, we're just going to stay in the spray configuration here. It's asking us if we want to name the job. We don't need to do that. So now we're at the main home screen. All we're going to do, as far as this machine is concerned, it's a sophisticated machine. However, it's actually pretty simple. What it does is it heats and pumps chemical. And so we've got 3 heaters and 2 pumps. And so what we're going to do, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to turn on our hose heat, because that's going to take 5 to 10 minutes to heat up with the new internally heated hose, which heats up faster. But all we really want to make sure of here before we get started spraying is that we want to be up to temperature and up to pressure. Once we're up to temperature and we're up to pressure, we can go ahead and spray foam. With the material that we're going to be spraying with today, we have the set point temperature to 125 degrees and the set point pressure to 1500 psi. So once our hose is heated up to 125 degrees, we can go ahead and turn on our A and our B side heaters. And they're already pretty hot because we had the machine on a moment ago. But so now that we're up to temperature here, we can turn on our pumps. So we're building pressure there. The pressure gauges right here are the same, getting the same reading here as you are on the digital pressure gauges above. So now that we're up to temperature and we're up to pressure, we can go ahead and spray foam. And then once we are finished spraying foam, we can basically go in reverse order and shut everything off. What we're going to do is we're going to turn off our pumps right there, and then we'll turn off our heaters. And then after we do that, we can dump our pressure right here at the pressure dump valves. And then we can dial down our pressure regulators here, or just disconnect the air. And after we do that, we can park the machine right there. And once we see the green check mark, the machine is parked. Once we have that green check mark, we can make sure that our little throat seal pump finish is moving. And then after that is finished, we can turn off our machine at the big red knob on the side. There it is. Now we can turn off the main power of the machine, and we can shut off all of our breakers. And then we can shut off our generator. Something else to make note, if we were actually going to spray foam with this machine today, we would, before we start spraying, we would open up these little breather holes in the drum and make sure that replacement air can get inside the drum while we're spraying, and then we close them again when we're finished. But now, and we would do that before we start spraying. We just hit the off button on the generator there, and we just powered off the equipment. That's it. Thanks.